My name's Adam, and currently I'm a dual major in mathematics and computer science at Citrus State University. I'm here to talk to you about a few things that you might have heard about computer science or you might not be aware about when thinking about computer science as a possible major. Um, my background, I have been doing computer stuff since I was 13. I've been working full time since I was 13, and computers were just what I got into. At the time, I was not programming at all. I was just doing computer repair and IT, but I always wanted to know how computers worked. I'd always wanted to make my own operating system. When I turned 16, yeah, 16, I started a career technical program and got into graphic design. I got a full graphic design degree. Well, not degree, but a 2 year technical program. And I was officially licensed in pretty much the entire Adobe suite: Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, Premiere, uh, Dreamweaver, Flash, you name it. I had a certification in it. Uh, After that, that kind of led me into I wanted to make websites for people. So I started a freelancing web design business my right after high school. It didn't get very far. The only clients that I got were McCluskey Chevrolet and Mr. Antenna. Uh, I kind of fudged out because it was a business and I was the only one doing everything, and I didn't uh, give myself enough time to make the money. The money was coming in, but without people helping me out and me doing everything on my own, it stressed me out and I wasn't able to follow through. So I ended up cutting contracts and just I had to burn bridges at that point. Um, uh, I have started developing a few apps and building my own drones. For example, I am currently building an app that's called USDPS, and that connects pretty much all U.S. drone pilots in the United States or any country you want. Actually, anybody that's on Google Maps can be connected onto this. Uh, so say you have a delivery in Cincinnati that needs to go to Sharonville, it'll connect from say your house in Cincinnati, a mile, 2 mile, 2 mile, 2 mile, all the way up to Sharonville um, with a drone pilot, because U.S. law states that a drone pilot can only be in 1 mile operation of his drone. So, for example, if you're 11 miles away uh, from each other, it would take 11 different pilots to get it done. And you're not stuck with the limitations of streets. You're stuck with just the limitation of how fast the pilots can transfer it. And that also eliminates traffic. You're not having to spend as much on CO2 emissions. There's a lot of benefits to it. And you're also not getting regulated by the government. It's completely owned and operated by the people for the people. So you can do what you wish. You can sell what you want. Not illegal services, obviously. Anything that would go against the United States law, but you can do what you do. I'm also working on a video game right now. Like I said, I don't have a computer, but I'm taking out a loan. And the video game I'm making right now is just kind of on a cafe computer. And what I've done is pretty much I want to make I want to make the Halo, but of this generation. And I don't want to just make a new Halo. I just want to make a new game like Halo or Half Life 2. I feel like there's a lot of depth to those video games that they're missing here. Um, and I also want to do a few drone projects as well. I want to make an automated ATV that can help you get out of the forest if you were knocked unconscious on your ATV, and it will go look for help for you even if you can't move. So if you are stuck with a broken leg and a broken arm, you can't even get the ATV out of there. It'll tell that you're unconscious, and if you don't move for a while, it's going to start going on its own, unless you have a certain setting turned off. Uh, and I think my goals this year would be to get all of those completed by spring. Uh, at least have my app completed by January 5th. I want to be 20 before I release my first app. Um, I also wish to release a few programming tutorials. I think I would like to release some C++, some Java, some Python, and R tutorials. If you guys would be interested, comment, let me know. I would love to teach you guys that. Some myths about computer science that I found. You don't have to be good at math. You don't have to have a computer. You don't need to be good at gaming, and you don't need to be all that techy with computers to be good at computer science. Like if you're good at math, you'll do well in computer science. But if you're not good at math and you're good at computers, then you'll do well in computer science. It's just your level of interest has to be there. You have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to put the effort there. This is not a major for people that don't want to work overtime. This is not a major for lazy people. This is a major for people that want to work hard, are driven, and have something to prove. I'm ADHD. I have dyslexia. And my first language is not English, believe it or not. It's Arabic. And my second language is English, and my third language is German. I bounce around a lot. I have a speech impediment. But I really want it, and I'm in top of my classes. So it is what you make of it. And I'm doing that without a computer. So, like, it is what it is. Just, it's how ingenuitive, it's how you want to make it. If you're going to get started in computer science, I recommend staying away from the majority of websites. Code Academy is what I learned HTML and CSS on, so I can't, like, bitch about them, but, like, I mean, I recommend books. I hate to say this, but, like, find some code, figure out what makes it tick, change it, and if it doesn't work, change it again until it does. It's really about just getting in there and doing what you need to do, getting the job done. Even if you don't quite understand why it got done, just do it and get it done with. Like, that's all I can say. Get a book, read, write, code on paper every day. And don't do a lot of drugs if you're on campus. Like, a lot of people get sucked in the weed, or they'll, like, I don't know why people are doing coke and Adderall these days. Stay away from that. Those can kind of they'll benefit you in a short term, but take away from you in the long term. Another thing, you can actually get a lot of sleep and be a computer science major. I sleep a lot. Most of the time, I just don't even have access to a computer, and I can still get all my homework done, everything. So, yeah, take it easy, guys. That's the end of the video. Thank you.